as promised, going into SM content, and I'm currently in the SM graveyard with Sneaks. He's coming along again. He's going to be coming along for a few more videos. So yeah, finishing off the pool here. We don't go quite as big as we could have had, but we do that on purpose because otherwise it gets pretty hard to pull the outside part. So again, finishing off the pool here. Sneaks is currently resto spec slash I think it's not feral. It might be feral, I should check. But he's in this video using his balance spec. But in the instructional video, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more, he's going to be using his restoration spec. So we decided here that he was going to pull the right part, and I was going to pull the center and the left, which worked out pretty good. We got most of the mobs rounded up. And so, as you'll see here, we're going to meet each other and bring the mobs all together. At that point, I am going to grab the aggro from him, simply because his health is dropping pretty low, and of course mine isn't, because I can take much more hits due to my armor advantage. It gets pretty laggy around here now. It doesn't usually, but again, with fraps running and that amount of numbers coming through, it gets laggy from now and then. First of all, he pops his heal, his AoE heal, which is handy because he and me get healed at the same time. And then he pops his hurricane simply for damage. So finishing off the inside here, again I pull right, he pulls left, we come together at the end. Graveyard guys, I don't really like the instance simply because it's pretty boring. Power leveling people in here will probably get him a ding every 3 and 5 rounds, given that Sneaks and I do it, because of course with level 80 you don't get quite as much experience. So in SM cath here, I'm going to have an instructional video for this one out, which is going to be released somewhere next week, I think. And basically what I do in that video will be just explaining you how to do this, what you need, stuff like that, so that you can try it yourself. Of course, if you're level 80, you don't really need to see that video, especially when you're a paladin, because you can just run to the end and then just aggro the main boss. That said, I might have a sort of tactic video out soon. Well, not soon, but pretty soon. And as you can see here, Sneaks saves my life. Because when I try to heal myself here, and this is something you should watch out for, they counterspell you, and all your holy spells are unable to cast for 8 seconds. So that kind of screws you over. Of course, I didn't get to use my bubble here, because then all the aggro would go to Sneaks, and he would pretty much die triple as fast as I would. So I don't do that, but he saves my life, which is good. In the instructional video, we do take everything up to the doors in one pull. It's a lot tougher, but in that video he's using his restoration spec, which of course increases the healing I receive. Pretty soon now guys, videos are going to be released where I use my Skullflame shield. This was recorded prior to when I had the shield. I do have it now, and I can say right now it does about 10% of all healing done on me, because it has an effect which has a chance on hit to restore, I think it's about 50 HP. So of course, if you got this much mobs on you, you get that a lot. If you jump down here, they have to run around, so that gives you some time to heal. And this is one of the techniques I use to pull all the way up to the doors in one time. Because if you don't, at level 61, you're screwed. It's almost impossible to take them all without dying, unless you got, epic gear and, top-notch hand-shells and stuff. Which I don't, of course. I'm a pretty average paladin. So, finishing them off here at the doors, we take the inside in one time by simply aggroing the main boss. The inside, first time we did it, that pool was massive because we never tried it before. We had a lot of preparation done, and it worked the first time, which I wasn't expecting actually, because if you're trying something new, you don't ever expect it to work from the first time. So I get ready here to aggro the main boss. He just buffs me up pretty fast. It's just grabbing some aggro, but it's 2 mobs. It's not much of a deal. I run behind this pillar to line of sight the casters, which does help, because otherwise they're all spread and some are gonna remain at full health, and then you gotta kill them separately. So, you should notice here that downing of most of them actually takes about just as much as finishing them off, which was odd to me, because in most instances I do, they don't even get a chance to run away. But that, of course, gives it this new edge to it, something unexpected, and that's always fun to encounter. So, finishing it off here, guys. I'm gonna finish up the video. Part 2 is gonna be released also somewhere in the next few days, and that is gonna be a armory and the last one. I forget the name for a second. Sorry about that. And I'm also gonna be releasing a how-to video on the armory, because that's a really fun one to do. So yeah, finishing it off here, guys. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already.